Hello. Now we have been over the basics, how to create a 2D endless horror game. Today we're gonna create some enemies and create animations. So before we get started, let's start importing our enemies sprites. So we have two animations, the walk animation and the death animation for our troll. But before that, let's try to create our animation. So select the walk sprite and change it to multiple sprite editor, but before that hit apply. We're gonna use an automatic slicer, so slice, it's okay. You can click shift to see if the slicing system of Unity, it is an algorithm that works with image processing, is done perfectly or not. So it's perfectly. Now hit apply. The same work we're gonna do for the death sprite. Okay, now let's start with the walk animation. Select the first sprite, then hit shift and the last sprite. Now select it and drag it to our scene. Before that, an automatically window will be opened, so it's the animation. We need to save our animation. So troll walk. So the walk animation. Save it. So we need to change the order in layer, give it 2. So when we hit our play button, we can see the animation. But before that, we need to make some changes. So select the walk animation, window, animation, and create a new clip. Let's call it, go back to the animation folder and call it death. Save it, change the frames to 12 and select the first death animation and the last one, shift of course, and the last one, and just drag it to the first sprite. So when we hit play, you can see in the scene view what's happening. Now that's okay, that's good. Now let's select uh, our enemy and let's try to add a rigid body 2D. Then let's try to add a box collider 2D. Okay, everything is perfect. Now if we play our game, you can see that our player is just there. Now we're gonna try to work with the animator. So first, when you create your own animation, an animator will be automatically created. So select our game object and you will see that the animator is automatically created. Let's open it. So as you can see, we have two animations. The walk animation, it's the entry, and the death animation. Default, it's the troll walk. We can change it, set as layer default state. So our player will be start walking. Then we need to create a new transition to death. Then that's all. From death, he can go back to troll. In some cases, for example, in jumping, we can add a new transition, but in our case, it's not. So let's try to create new parameter. So it's going to be an int anim state. Be careful with the name of the variable because we're gonna use it later. So as entry is 1, so for default is 0. And when apply our depth, let's change some settings, set it to 0, 0, and go. We need to add a new condition. So animate state equals to 1, our player will be dead. So let's try to work with the animation. So if it is 1, he is going to dead. Okay.